Welcome to Nugget 6 with Steve Grohman. Steve, I want to investigate this living fossil idea a little bit more because I'm really fascinated because I like dawn redwoods and I like the ginkgo trees. And I know we've seen the ginkgo petrified forest in Washington State, and we've seen live ginkgo trees in Missouri. And even when we went the other day to the Missouri Botanical Gardens, we saw living ginkgo trees and we saw, amazingly, huge dawn redwoods. Now, how do the evolutionists explain that these supposed dinosaur-era plants are still alive today in China and, of all places, Missouri?
They say they are alive. They don't really have an explanation. The more appropriate, I think, would be the explanation of they should have as to how come their fossils the way they are, and how do they know their ages the way they are. And what I mean by that is it doesn't matter what the issue is. Once again, I cannot stress this strongly enough either. We are the ones with a mechanism to explain things. Take the dawn redwoods for a second. Those things are found in northernmost portions of Earth. It's under snow and ice oftentimes. They're the petrified or they're mummified or some of the evidence of them. Well, number one, what are they doing in places that are icy now? Obviously, it didn't used to be icy up in that region, or something was different. They have no mechanism to explain that. They're concerned these days with global warming and different things like that, the political nature of science. Apparently, if these types of vegetation were growing in the northern regions of this earth at one time, then obviously it used to be warmer there. So it doesn't matter whether it's a ginkgo, they say the dinosaur-era fossil for 65, 70, 100 million years ago, but they're still with us today. It verifies the Bible's true. God made everything at the same time. Basically, it's a one-week creation. Everything was destroyed at the time of the flood. Things came back. So the stuff that is buried now, no matter where it is, whether it's under snow and ice or whether it's under rock, it doesn't matter. Most of the stuff is still with us today.
We found this article on the Canadian Encyclopedia, and it's talking about Fossil Forest Hill. It's the site of an ancient forest in Axel Heiberg Island. That's interesting. A couple of quotes from this article. The most common tree species is dawn redwood, but larch, plane tree sycamore, Chinese water chestnut, spruce, and pine have also been found. The stumps, logs, seeds, cones, and leaves are in some cases so well preserved that it is difficult to distinguish them from present-day samples. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yes, and I believe that is the 7th largest island in Canada, and it is also in the northern regions. It's in the Arctic Ocean. And once again, it's not just a stray dawn redwood that managed to wash up there somehow or whatever. No, many different types of tropic vegetation have been found all the way up to the North Pole. And the thing of it is, we, once again, are the only ones with an explanation, a mechanism to account for that. We've got a pre-flood world that all this stuff was a tropic vegetation. Remember, the Bible says it did not rain in the original creation. It was a perfectly stable environment. The actual seasons, summer, winter, harvest, hot, cold, did not come in until Genesis 8:22 after the flood. The point is, this entire earth was a tropic vegetation environment in the pre-flood world all the way up to the time of the flood. The Bible explains that, written thousands of years ago, and we've got the evidence all over for us even still today.
I think we need to explain that further in a nugget. Well, thank you. I encourage you to look for living fossils when you go to different botanical gardens and museums, or when you read them in the books, go, I just saw that plant somewhere. Why are they saying it's a fossil from millions of years ago? Well, maybe it's not. Well, it seems that the Bible and creation and Noah's flood is just the perfect answer for why we have dawn redwoods and ginkgos found in polar regions and in rock and living in Missouri and China, right?
Absolutely. The Bible has all the answers.
Thank you, Steve. Like, subscribe, hit that little bell, and tell others about our YouTube channel. Thank you.